before we begin this video. So, if you do not like true crime or mention of various body parts and terrible things, then please do not watch any true crime content, because there's always a chance that you will not like it if you don't like things that can be graphic. They're not always going to be. However, I will not hold back if I am recording true crime content. You have been warned. If you watch this and you don't like it, you know not to watch it. If it's not your jam, then don't click. Otherwise, for those who enjoy true crime content, let's get started. Moonprincess here. And welcome to my channel. I'm still working on that finger fluttering noises. Yeah. Anyways, I hope you were having a lovely evening. Enjoying. It is a really sunny day today, and it's just beautiful. So, anyways, today I have a true crime case for you. It is the missing persons case of Jelani Day. So, Jelani Day was a 25-year-old graduate student who was studying speech pathology. He was working on his master's. He wanted to help other people without a voice. He was described as a black male, 6 foot to 180 pounds, with brown eyes, short black hair, and moderate facial hair. So he went missing under suspicious and unexplained circumstances. According to the Bloomington Police Department, he was last heard from family August 23rd, and he was reported missing by his family August of last year, Wednesday, August 25th. Since he was last seen on the 23rd, or last heard of on the 23rd, and last seen on the 24th. Last seen on the 24th, last heard on the 23rd. So on the 24th, he was seen at a Starbucks in ISU in the Student Union at roughly 7:20 a.m. He was seen by security cameras dressed in black pants and a blue button-down shirt. He was supposed to be attending an important meeting with his professor, but he never showed up. 2 hours later, he was again caught on camera wearing shorts and a Jimi Hendrix shirt in a dispensary called Beyond Hello, located in Bloomington. According to his mother, after purchasing a single blunt, he disappeared. He was last seen at 9:20 a.m. He was found an hour away from his home. Jelani's mother, Carmen, was not sure why Jelani left campus and changed his clothes when he had professional program-related engagements on campus that afternoon. She believes cell phone content may help the case and their understanding of his last day and hours up until he was discovered in the river. So following his disappearance, Peru, Illinois police found his car in the woods without license plates. The vehicle was located on August 26th, and his clothes were found in the car. The clothes he was wearing in the dispensary, so it's like really sketchy. Canine searches and drone searches were conducted. In numerous other locations, his wallet and iPhone were recovered more than a mile away from where the vehicle was found. So they found his partially clothed, decomposing remains along the bed of the Illinois River. His body was found upstream in relation to where they found his vehicle. So I believe his organs were liquefied from being in warm water for 2 weeks, or at least 2 weeks. But his mom was doing an interview and clarified the details. And that was what she had said, I believe. Because people said all this weird crap about organ harvesting, which was not true. His organs were not harvested. That was false. They compared his DNA and dental records to those provided by the Day family, and that was how they were able to positively identify him. So initially, the cause of death was ruled drowning, but this is a little bit sketch. And yeah, so many questioned this ruling since Jelani was a competent swimmer and former member of his high school swim team. People asked, oh, is there a chance that he took his own life? And according to his mother, hell fucking no. Yeah, so she said that Jelani has never had any inclination to harm himself ever in his entire 25 years. So, yeah. Carmen also takes issue with Bloomington Police Department and says they have been dragging their feet with his case. When she reported her son missing, they did not work as hard as they would for a white missing person, and I will be reading an article about this as well, so we'll come back to this later. But yeah, this was especially relevant given that the Gabby Petito case was going on around the exact same time that Jelani went missing. So that's fucked up if you think about it. Carmen said, I blame the Bloomington Police Department. I absolutely do. They dropped the ball from the beginning. Carmen continues to fight for her son and his civil rights attorney Ben Grump and Rev. Jesse Jackson Sr. are helping her in her search for answers. Carmen continues to fight for her son and his civil rights. Sorry, I just said that. So this is another direct quote from Carmen. Throughout this whole ordeal, I try not to be that angry black woman, or try not to be in their face, telling them what they need to do, because I needed to look for my child, she said. I didn't want to be interference for them. Want to let it run naturally. So yeah, I could really appreciate her words and strongly empathize with what she's going through. I don't know what it's like because I haven't lived it, but I just can't even imagine how fucking horrible that would feel and how upset and distressed I would be if I was in her shoes. Because, I can see how maybe people aren't taking her seriously, and it's like puts you between a rock and a hard place. So, yeah, which is why I like talking about these cases, because it is expressing a need. So, according to Bloomington Police, the FBI is in possession of Jelani's phone, which is working to uncover whatever evidence it may contain. So Carmen is adamant that this case will not remain an unsolved mystery, and that we will learn what happened to her son. So she strongly believes that he was murdered. I completely agree. It's very strange. There's more to it. So Jelani's fraternity is offering a $15,000 reward to hunt down his killer. The FBI is offering a $10,000 reward, and his family is offering a $25,000 reward for information. The reward from the fraternity was announced December 20th. The FBI announced their reward on December 13th. Day's family lawyer, attorney Ben Grump, said on behalf of Mrs. Carmen Bolden Day and her family, Jelani did everything right in life to break America's skewed stereotypes about black men. Jelani reflected Omega Psi Phi's high ideals, in his accomplishments and pure inspirations. His death demands the same caliber of investigation that any other accomplished American would receive. We must refuse to stop saying his name until there are concrete answers on what happened to this young man, according to Grump. So he went missing end of August and was found early September. The body was found, that's my dog. The body was found by near the YMCA in the woods, an area you would have to know about in order to find. He was found 60 miles away from his school in a town he knows nothing about. And Peru is a sundown town. So as a black man, it makes no sense that he would be there at night after sundown. Yeah. The cause of death again was listed as drowning. However, they were unable to prove definitively that this was how he died, but listed it as such simply based on the fact he was found in water. But they didn't have the ability to test his lungs to prove that he drowned. So, like I said, his lungs were so severely decomposed that they could not tell if water had even been in them. His body was found 3 miles from where his car was found. This case seems to reek of foul play. Just saying. His phone was recovered a distance away from where other belongings were found, so it was all spread out. And if someone was committing suicide or drowning, they wouldn't go to these elaborate measures. It just doesn't make any sense if you think about it. His phone was recovered a distance away from other belongings that were found. Also in September, the police reached out to the public. The Peru Police Department asked the community to look at security cameras from Tuesday, August 24th, from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., and from Wednesday, August 25th, from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. for a black man walking along Airport Charters Street and or a white Chrysler 300 with a black roof. Jelani's mother, Carmen, wants to find her son. She wants justice, not just closure. FBI Special Agent Johnson seeks cooperation from the public and Day's friends. Additionally, Special Agent Ken Hoffman is working with Jackson and the Day family to try to get this case solved. According to the Justice for Jelani Day Facebook page, a certified agency walkie-talkie was found near Jelani's car when it was discovered. Again, take this with a grain of salt. Something else that I found strange was that when Jelani was found, he was wearing underwear, a shirt, and had a shirt wrapped around his waist, and he was found face down in the river. Why the fuck would he have changed into these like he already had clothes on when he was last seen, so why is he wearing a different outfit next time he's found? And the clothes are in his fucking car. It's bizarre. So I think there's more to this story. We just don't know everything. But none of this makes sense. That was something that I was thinking, but also Ariel Davis, his cousin, said. So the family is really having a hard time with this, obviously, but so his dad actually has cancer, and Jelani is the bone marrow match for his dad, and he would never abandon his father like that, according to Davis. He would come here in Chicago and visit him at Northwestern Hospital, sit with him, encourage him, pray with him. In the 6 months since his disappearance and death, Day's mother, family, and friends have insisted that the Bloomington Police Department is not doing everything they can do. And with the help of Black civil rights organizations and leaders like Reverend Jesse Jackson, the Day family is asking the public and police departments, especially those in the mainly white neighborhoods, to pay more attention to these missing persons cases for those of color. And that was what it was written in what I read. So if you don't like that term of phrase, I apologize. In missing persons cases, as most of us know, the first 24 to 48 hours following their disappearance are critical. The most information can be gained, much of which is crucial to finding clues or evidence to where they are and how it happened. So across America, many police departments still apply a 24-hour hold before officially declaring someone missing. For Black people, very often those missing are classified as runaways. According to Derek Wilson, a former police officer and co-founder of the Black and Missing Foundation, BAMFI, BAMFI has taken on the task of helping Black families seek justice for their missing loved ones. And this is covered in a documentary on HBO called Black and Missing. I haven't watched it, but I think I'm going to have to, obviously. Comments from Wilson mentioned this lack of urgency for cases of those who are not white, that it's normal for people of color to not be prioritized when they go missing. If you have any tips for this case, please call 1-800-CALL-FBI and give them whatever you have. You can also call the Peru Police Department, or we'll have this in the description. I'm sorry, let's get to the last section and then I will read you this article that's related to this story. After Day families experience, a bill is being introduced by Illinois State Senator L.G. Sims. September 23rd, the LaSalle County Coroner's Office confirmed Jelani's body was found in the Illinois River of Peru, Illinois. Though the announcement of this discovery was made 2 weeks following this discovery, which occurred on September 4th, Carmen Bolden Day describes this experience as agonizing for her to not know this information when it was available. The bill being put forth seeks to amend the Missing Persons Identification Act and require FBI notification within 72 hours if a coroner or medical examiner is unable to determine the identity of the person whose remains were found. Senator Sims discusses how current law in Illinois only obligates coroners and medical examiners to contact Illinois State Police of their inability to identify the body within 24 hours. These amendments to the Missing Persons Investigation Act seeks to provide greater resources for identifying missing persons, according to Sims. Alright, so I have this article here. I printed out. I'll try to turn the pages quietly, but we'll see. It is called Cases of Missing Black Men and Boys Going Unnoticed. The missing and eventual killer case of white 22-year-old Gabby Petito continues to dominate headlines as mainstream media outlets fall deeper and deeper into the missing white woman syndrome. Now, this article is from September 30th, 2021, for context. And it was written by Cyril Josh Barker. Cyril is a good name. As the hunt to find Petito's fiancé, possibly her murderer, makes the headlines, there are the cases of Daniel Robinson in Arizona and Jelani Day in Illinois, two missing black men getting little, if any, coverage. Both Day and Robinson represent the 524 black boys and men missing in America. According to the Center for Missing and Exploited Children in New York State, there are 35. Law enforcement announced last week that a body found in the Illinois River has been identified as Day. A 25-year-old black graduate student from Illinois State University who has been missing since August 25th. In a press release by the local law enforcement, Day was identified through forensic dental identification and DNA testing and comparison. Currently, the cause of death is unknown pending further investigation and toxicology testing. Day's family reported they last spoke with him on August 23rd. He was seen at the Illinois State University campus on August 24th, and his last known location was at Beyond Hello in Bloomington on August 26th. Day's vehicle was located in Peru, Illinois. Based on findings by the Peru Police Department, when recovering the vehicle, a command post was established and a canine search was conducted by the Illinois State Police with drone aerial searches by fire departments as well as a ground search by teams from Peru, Utica, and Oglesby. 3. Subsequent searches were conducted in the Peru area, and Jelani was not located. On September 4th, an additional search was conducted in the La Salle, Peru area by members of the Illinois Search and Rescue Council, along with other search agencies in the area. Day's body was recovered floating near the south bank of the Illinois River. Day was a graduate student at Illinois State University, pursuing his master's degree in speech pathology. He earned his bachelor's degree from the historically black Alabama A&M University. In a statement released by Day's family, efforts are now focusing on what happened to him. At this moment, there are more questions than answers surrounding Jelani's disappearance and death, and that is where we will focus our energy, the family said. As of this moment, we do not know what happened to Jelani, and we will not stop until we do. Thank you to every single person who has thought about, prayed for, talked about, and searched for Jelani. The love you've shown our family has sustained us, and we will definitely need you even more in the days to come. A public memorial service for Day is scheduled or happened Saturday, October 9th in Danville, Illinois. The family has a GoFundMe page, which I can put his vehicle was found with his keys, wallet, and cell phone left behind. Robinson is a field geologist and oversees many sites located in remote desert locations, often working in extreme conditions and traveling long distances to work on projects. At a press conference last weekend, Robinson's family say police aren't doing enough to look for him, hoping to get the treatment given to Petito, who had police departments from 3 states and the FBI involved in her case. Robinson's father, David, said police canceled a helicopter search to look for Robinson, and he was told because his son is a grown man. I mean, is Gabby Petito a grown woman? Like, what the fuck? He has the right to leave when he wants. Fucking bullshit. Anyways, Petito is just 2 years younger than Daniel. Really puts it in perspective, doesn't it? Local police say the condition of Robinson's vehicle points to an accident where his 2017 Jeep Renegade rolled off of a cliff. They don't believe foul play is involved. I call shenanigans. David traveled from South Carolina to conduct his own search with help of drones, volunteers, search dogs, and social media. If the police stepped up to the plate, I wouldn't be standing here now, David said at the press conference. After waiting for Buckeye Police Department to do more searches for my son, I knew I had to do something because time was crucial. I couldn't go another day allowing the desert to separate me from being there for my son. That breaks my heart to hear in the way that he said that. Robinson's mother, Melissa Edmonds, said the pain of her son missing has been unbearable. It took me 3 months to look at my son's picture. 3 months to look at her son's picture. Wow, that is heartbreaking. I'd just seen his car. It took me 3 months to look at his car, she said. You thought you felt pain. Try looking for your child and not knowing where he is. He might be a man to you, but he's still my baby, and we're going to find him. I know it in my heart. Robinson's family also has a GoFundMe. I can put in the description. It's probably also in my Daniel Robinson video, but I'll post it on this one as well. Their GoFundMe, at least according to this article at the time when it was written, it had raised $130,000 as of that Tuesday. Anyone with information or who has seen Robinson is being asked to contact police or go to pleasehelpfinddaniel.com. Okay, and again, the article is from September 30th, 2021, so some of this may have changed, but the sentiment remains. Anyways, I know some of this was a bit redundant since I already covered both those cases before I read the article, but I still thought some of the information was helpful. Let me know in the comments if you liked this video. Anyways, until next time.